Today's tour, float like a butterfly, score no goals. The fighter, the fun, and the holy Hulk Hogan. If you borrow your sister's dress, return it in good condition. Spurs 3, Chelsea drowned. Man has a tiger by the tail, and the tour's first customer for our dating agency. I don't like you, and I don't like you. Well, I don't like either of you. Caning, France's fastest growing sport. It's rapidly turning Paris's postcard-perfect streets and statue-lined avenues into deadly boulevards of death. Random canings can occur anytime and anywhere. I told you already, I did not eat your cheese. I don't believe you. I don't believe you either. René Beaujolais, a renowned French film critique and caning fanatique, explains how it all goes down. You can be sitting alone in a bar or cafe, just like this one, when you spy somebody staring at you, holding a cane. The secret sign of a caner. He looks at you, you look at him, a quick change of clothes, and it's out onto the street. Preferably one with some modern art or a river view. And time for quick sticks. By the way, I saw the movie Citizen Kane last night. It was very disappointing. So focused is René, he and good friend Pierre have opened this dojo behind the Arc de Triomphe. Known affectionately as the Moulin Rouge, it's here that René and Pierre introduce young novices to the joys of campaign. Pierre, ever watchful, he conducts his stick-waving symphony Tuesday nights, 7 till 9, first lesson free. For the uninitiated, you score points in caning for strikes here, here, and here. But let's face it, headshots are the most fun. Here's a view from T-Cozy Cam. And it appears the caning craze is sweeping the globe. Already popular with royalty, sports stars like Rio Ferdinand have been quick to pick up sticks, as has the inimitable Michael Caine. But when Mum calls for dinner, you'd better disappear fast. Pierre, manger! Francois, hors d'oeuvre! Billy, your haggis is getting cold! Billy's an exchange student from Glasgow. Mention swingers, and most people will think of boozy Hollywood parties. But here in Tokyo, it can mean only one thing. The Vertical Soccer League. It's the fastest growing sport in Japan, Singapore, and oddly enough, some parts of Mongolia, where it's really eaten into their traditional yak polo market. The crowds just keep getting bigger. Today's a local derby between Tokyo's Skyscraper United and the East Tokyo Big Time. And what a game! Kobayashi in blue with the ball. Back to Takayashi, also in blue. Intercept by Kobayashi. Takayashi with a defensive header. Wonderful play. Oh, and the crowd has been stunned into silence. Let's take a look at the action from our revolutionary pigeon cam. Expensive equipment, but the birds work cheap. To get a better understanding of this unique game, we caught up with Skyscraper United star player Mishi Takayashi during the halftime break. Mishi, great game today. Tell us what it's like playing vertical football. Hi. United have a tough run home in the league. Where are you hoping to finish the season? Hi. Time now for a quick look at the other halftime scores. Peeping Toms 0, Wall Street Window Washers 0. Hanoi High Rise 0, Vertigo Athletic 0. Taipei 101 0, Singapore Slings 0. Back live now for the second half, where I think a goal has been scored. no, I'm sorry. I'm being told it was just a low-flying seagull. We have to wrap up our story there, I'm afraid. Apparently, our pigeon cam just pooped on Takayashi. Sorry about that, Mishi Mishi. To England this time for the World Gurning Championships. What's gurning, you ask? It's the art of squishing up your features till you have the face that only your mother could love. Maybe. Gurning is the face you pull when you've just dropped a weight on your foot. Or when suddenly you realise it's a bad hair day. It's the face you make when something gets caught in your zipper. Gurning is discovering you put your bra on backwards in the dark. Or that face you pull when your hand gets squeezed a bit too firmly. Back at the competition, and these lovely English roses are doing their country proud. And guys, believe it or not, they're all single. Now here's a little something for the ladies. Gary's 34 and looking for love. Okay, brace yourselves, folks. Here comes the reigning champion and winner of 13 previous Gurning titles. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tommy Maddinson! Imagine bringing this home to meet your mother. Of course, he didn't always look like this. Here's little Tommy as a baby. Happy little fellow. Now, we haven't forgotten the more mature ladies out there. Who fancies sharing an iced cocoa with old Gordon then? Take a number, ladies. But every contest needs a winner. And for the 14th time, it's Tommy. And they say every king needs a queen. And this right royal beauty might be just what Tommy's looking for. Imagine the kids. Ooh. Oh, bless her. She has Tommy's eyes. Well done, Annie Muppet. Now that's one for the mantelpiece. Next up, Mexico for the last rites. Then on to Russia for the spring sails. Surf's up down under, and forget sand. These bullies have found something new to kick in your face. When in Mexico, go to church if you dare. Congregation, please be seated and open your books to some mind-blowing, man-throwing, armpit-showing, masked Mexican wrestling madness. At Father Benitez's Church of the Holy Turnbuckle, you get all that and more because when the good father hits the floor, the meek truly are blessed, for they'll inherit some jaw-dropping, eye-popping, no-stopping masked Mexican wrestling madness! Benitez, who wrestles under the name of Fray Tormenta, first jumped into the ring as a way to raise much-needed funds for his church, which also doubles as an orphanage. Of course, his sermons all have predetermined endings, just like pro wrestling. But the kids still hang on to his every word. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Hulk Hogan, amen. Without doubt, the highlight of Benitez's service is the communion. His congregation congregating for hours just to get front row seats. As you can imagine, things can get pretty heated by the time the communion starts. Stop pushing at the back! Wait your turn! How come she's always the first? She's there again! She's getting 2 biscuits! I want 2 biscuits! But what Father Benitez giveth, he can just as easily take away. Now you can go clean the lavatory! He saves most of his tough love for his boys, however. And he doesn't just practice what he preaches what he practices. Alessio! He dreams that one day these kids may experience the thrills and spills of wrestling's bright lights and enjoy some back-breaking, risk-taking, earth-shaking, mass Mexican wrestling madness! And we can all say amen to that. An unusual sport in a very unusual location. This boat may not be going anywhere, but the lovely Russian lasses on board plan to sink or swim in the boxing ring. Ladies, are your husbands driving you mad? Then this pleasure cruise of pain is the perfect way to get it out of your system. But don't think these demure and deadly beauties are hard to come by. Hundreds of women are now parting with their rubles just to rumble and signing up to belt the living borscht out of their opponents. As for the training sessions, firstly, they target the chicken wings and then the backsides with 30 minutes of solid sitting a day. Okay, you're done. Hey, if you two can't play nicely, you'll have to be separated. Whoa, easier said than done. Now that's worth a second look. Ladies, please, can't we all just get along? To South Africa now for the Lifesaving Championships. Oh, there's an announcement. This could be important.
I bought some chicken from over there yesterday. It was delicious.
Hey, watch this. It gets them every time. Okay, get ready, get ready. Bang. Ha, ha, just kidding. Okay, everyone, come back. It was just me yelling bang. Okay, then. The race begins with a grueling beach run. Then, all the competitors take to the water. Well, almost all of them. The sneaky ones come back out again to steal a pair of flippers while no one's watching. Whoops! Looks like the flipper thieves have been spotted and snapped. Busted! All that's left now is for the police to make an arrest. And from the sweltering heat of South Africa to the teeth-chattering freeze of a Latvian winter. But that shouldn't stop anyone from enjoying a pleasant sub-zero dip if they choose to. Welcome to the annual Winter Swimming World Championships and Combined Silly Hat Contest. They've really excelled themselves this year. It's so cold. How cold? It's so cold they had to chisel a dog off a lamppost. It's so cold. How cold? My lawyer had his hands in his own pockets. Thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal. And before you think that this icy event is just for a brave few, think again. 1,400 crazies entered this year. But with the swimming out of the way, it's time to warm up any way you can. Cheeky! The golden rule is never let people have warm drinks in your jacuzzi. It just gets warmer. Now, as everyone knows, the sillier you dance, the warmer you get. Well, they'd be warm. He'd be warmer. And she just thinks she's hot. To the picturesque English town of Bolton-on-the-Water now, where it is okay to play in the river, as we're about to find out. Everyone's here today for a very unusual game of football. But first thing you should know is that each year, the honour of refereeing the match goes to the prettiest lass in the village. Obviously, this year, the committee got it very right. Wouldn't you agree, boys? But now to the game itself. It's called Football on the Water, and they've been playing it here for over 110 years. It's sort of a cross between football and insanity. far the happiest man in town today is the local chemist. He'll be seeing so many cases of foot rot and tinea that he'll be able to retire by lunchtime. The play can get a little rough, but nothing like the great grudge match of 1911. 4 teammates drowned and a goalie floated away, never to be seen again. It ended in a draw. According to folklore, football on the water began when bored village lads were stuck in the pub on a rainy afternoon. No problem for Brits, but eager for a game, they finally said, let's play anyway. Searching for the ball in the water proved fruitless, but the idea was born. Those spectators that thought they had good seats didn't. All that's left to do now is shake hands, catch pneumonia, and head back to the asylum. Last one home's a wet fish. Next stop, we're capturing wild animals and parading the new season's glitterati. Winter in Japan heralds the start of one of the country's favourite pastimes. But we thought we'd show you this instead. And don't the fans just love it? It's the little-known sport of tug of war on ice. It's just like regular tug of war, but on ice, which might explain the name. Anybody? Oh, thank you. I'm dying here. Never in the history of human endeavour has so much effort gone into so little result. They gain an inch, they lose an inch. But seriously, they're getting so much out of it. Wet pants, frostbite, backache, and still the crowd just can't get enough. Come on, folks, where's that hometown excitement? Ah, there it is. They've been battling it out for 4 hours now. It's lunchtime, but all anyone can think of is this epic match. What do you want for lunch? A sushi. Come to think of it, I'm a bit peckish myself. Hurry up! By the looks of this lot, I'd be settling in if I were you, because these guys are going nowhere fast. Oh, it's super happy waving time! We're up north, down under now for some good old Aussie craziness. And what's crazier than 3 Steve Irwin lookalikes? Struth, 9 Steve Irwin lookalikes. Crikey, that croc must be feeling quite deflated by now. But enough of the silliness. We're here for serious business. And nothing says serious like bagpipes. A little surprise for you sports fans, and I hope you're not squeamish, because we're really at the Great Australian Cockroach Races. And here comes the champion athletes now. Each roach is numbered and itching to go, just like the crowd. Well, mate, don't move. There's something on your head. Madam, please stop eating the competitors before they've even raced. And how about these likely lads? Unfortunately, the bumblebee racing is next week, so now you just look silly. And they're racing! Okay, back to the action. The roaches are off. Boy, they're fast. The winner has already crawled up some poor guy's leg. And check out what happens to the losers. They get to go crowd surfing. I'd rather be at football on the water. These Aussies sure love to have a bait. Cocky Racing, we salute you. You're one bonza sport. Crikey, who's got the bug spray? And from the fast and frantic pace of the Aussie cockroach races, we turn to the more genteel and refined pastime of English snail racing. Wow, look at them go. Hang on, I think that was a false start. Bring them back. Well, it's much better this time, but it's looking like the family from France are feeling peckish. I will have that one with lemon juice. These snails don't mind bending the rules a little. See? That's an illegal piggyback. Red card! My snail is not winning races anymore. I decided to take his shell off to reduce his weight and make him more aerodynamic. It didn't work. If anything, it's made him more sluggish. Get a kid more sluggish. Never mind. The excitement builds with every passing hour. At this rate, we might even have a result by next Tuesday. No, correction. I think we have a winner. And to the victor goes the Badge of Honor. We're in London now, famous Covent Garden to be exact, for a touch of culture. Christmas pudding is a blend of sugar, spice, and all things nice. This man's suit is a mixture of polyester, Kevlar, nylon, and bad taste. He's quietly explaining what's about to transpire, but we're not going to take any notice because I'm going to fill in all the gaps for you, except that is the one in his front teeth. There's a pudding now made to a likeness of Tour de Mayhem's producer, and pretty close it is too. In a town which once boasted Carnaby Street as the mecca of modern fashion, things have certainly slid downwards in sartorial elegance over the decades. What these fashion unconscious folk are doing is racing their puds over an obstacle course that's been stolen from kindergartens all over the Greater London area. Now the contestants have to assemble some features into their puddings in an attempt to look like Mr. Potato Head. After being sprayed with foam, they're already arriving at the finish where they prick some flower-filled balloons with their holly-decorated puds, and it's all over bar the bathing. Yes, it's London town, the home of all things suave and sophisticated. See you next time, tourists!